I know I haven't posted in a while, but I'm here. So I am thinking of creating a infographic in Figma. You can do this along with me, or if you have a project in mind that you're looking to create a nice quick infographic, here's your time to shine. I have been using Figma for 3 weeks now. So I'm still brand new to it. I'm still playing around with the tool to see the capabilities of it and how I could best integrate that into my workflow. So far, I'm enjoying it. It's quick, it's easy. If you've used Adobe Illustrator before, then it's quite similar in a more stripped down version, or if you use Adobe XD, quite similar to that too. And Figma is a great tool if you don't have the Adobe Creative Cloud Suite. You know, I think Adobe CC is a investment, and sometimes it's okay to explore other tools and see what's available to help with your workflow. So I'm not sponsored by any of these brands. I like to just test and trial things on my own accord. So yeah, this is purely my experience of 3 weeks. So I'm going to create a infographic around growth mindset. This is just some of the content that I pulled in some of my previous work that I've done in the past. So I cherry picked this beautiful infographic that I found on Pinterest. Thought I'd share it with you to get some inspiration. I haven't created the infographic yet, so I've just pulled out some content and have some inspiration, so I'm doing this as I go. But what I loved about this is it's so simple, it's clean. The visuals in the center really focuses on the importance of what the content in the infographic is about, and then it breaks out into the little nuggets of information for the user to read and experience. So I thought we'd create something similar to this. And the cool thing about Figma is that there are so many free illustration libraries already inside the plugin of Figma, which is pretty cool. So I'll show you how to go through there. So if you don't have Figma, create an account. It's free, which is awesome. You guys know how much I love free resources. And it's accessible as well, which is fantastic. So accessible for anyone who doesn't want to invest in a tool. So once you do have Figma open, you can go straight into the illustration library. You know, pick something that you like. I'll show you a library that I'm looking at right now. So if we go into plugins, browse plugins in community, and look at all these goodies. Oh, so cool. We can go straight into illustrations at the top here. And the illustration library that I have, which is currently open here at the moment, but I'll show you where I found it. So we scroll down. Here, this one. By Treetop. Currently 58,100 people have used this illustration library, so let's contribute to that. So all you have to do is just select duplicate. Once you duplicate, it'll take you to this main page here. And I'm just going straight into illustrations. So I've pulled out a couple that I think might suit the look and feel that we're going for. So I'm going to just select one of the illustrations. But before then, let's create a frame or an artboard. I'm going to use presentation, slide. Maybe let's just move that a bit more landscape-ish. I like that it has a nice gray. Let me just move this in closer so you can see our reference guide. It's a nice little gray background there, so it'll make our illustrations pop quite a bit with that nice contrast. So let's create that rectangle background. So you can select R as the shortcut, or just go up to the top nav bar here and select your rectangle tool. Positioning it from the corner, drag that outwards, make sure the border's even, completely eyeballing this. I'm sure there's grids and guides in here that you could apply, but I like to eyeball everything. Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to reduce the opacity. You can reduce the opacity, or you can just go into fill and reduce a nice light gray, just really faint and light. Sweet, I like that. Can I lock this? Yes, I can. So let's just lock this, keep it there so it doesn't move around. Now going back to our illustration that I picked before, let's do Control V. Growth mindset, exploring, astronaut, space, building a failed, spaceship to then building a spaceship that works. That's how I see growth mindset to be. I just made that up. But I thought this was a cool illustration. All right, so let's remove this white background. I know there's probably a way for me to just pick this illustration and paste it in. Someone who's a pro Figma user, do tell me. But for now, I'm just gonna select it. Like so. Oh, let's just use this back first. Let's create a nice little center image first. And maybe we can use this color palette. So in fill, use the eyedropper tool. Let's select this nice purple. Yeah, let's click our... I'm trying to click my astronaut and it's not working. Oh. There you go. No. I want to select my whole astronaut. Why isn't it working? Give me 1 second. Pausing video. Okay, so let's move our astronaut over here. It's a bit big, so I'm just gonna move him down a little bit. Then we can move our planets. Yep. Let's make that a bit smaller. And move that over. Cool. We'll just keep it simple for now. Okay, so let's start with what this infographic is about. I'm just going to change the font. I selected a random font. I really wish I could see what the font preview looks like because I has no idea what I'm looking at. Maybe lots of sounds. Simple. And then we'll have a complementary contrasting font, and I use Montserrat. Montserrat? I have no idea how to pronounce that, but yep, there it is. I'm using this font right here to supplement the growth mindset title. And I think maybe at the end we'll add the little accents, the patterns in the background here. But for now, let's just branch this out and add all this content on here and space it out neatly. I'm going to move this one over. This is a really basic infographic that I'm designing. Nothing too complex, but I just wanted to show you my design process and where I get, some inspiration and to play around with different tools. So just have some fun with it. So for this, maybe if I get this growth mindset to be a bit more thick. Whoop. And we can do like a dark purple, like what the reference image has, for some nice color contrast. So let's do her hair. Yeah. Let's do that. Same goes to this. Bold fonts. I'm going to make that like a deep aubergine or eggplant looking color. Let's draw some lines. So pen tool, pen tool, click, and let's move that out here. Hit Control to release the line, and I'm going to add I'm just going to draw a small circle. Done. Just add some shape and movement to it. This H, drag your thing down. At the moment, the line is nice and curved, so I think because I was playing around with the settings before, but make sure you go down to this section here in stroke and select round for both of the ends, just to round it, because it just looks nicer as opposed to having none. So it looks like a little rectangle. So up to you in how you want to create the lines. I just like mine rounded, and I'll probably add in a nice little circle here with maybe the aubergine purple color. And do I want that as a solid or open? Let's make it a stroke. So let's get rid of the fill color. So just select minus on the side there. And for the stroke, let's increase that to 2, similar to the line itself. And that's it. I don't know if that looks good or not, but let's zoom out. Yeah, that works, I think. Let's do that aubergine. Alright, okay, I like that. Simples is good. Let's do effort, motivation, acceptance. Ooh, how is this video like 15 minutes already? Okay, and feedback. Nice. I just realized I haven't added in any other illustrations yet, but let's style all of this and we can play around with that afterwards. So again, I'm going to just make the titles same purple as what I did for Developed IQ. Going to fill, and I love the document color box because it just picks up all the colors that we've used in that little artboard or frame, and it just makes the development process so much more easier and much more quick. What font did I use here? Why is this Noto? Alright, I'll just change that to the same font to keep it consistent. Bloop. There you go. Cool beans. What else can we do now? So let's just Control C, Control V, all of this. Move that around. Alright, works for me. That looks nice and clean. Yep, okay. Now let's add in some other illustrations that we've found, and perhaps we can, we'll play around with the layout. Let's do that. Let's choose random illustrations. This looks cool. Where am I gonna fit this? Simple Amanda would have just created a clean pattern background and called it Happy Days. So really only used one illustration in here. Let's break this down. So I'm going to select the star and let's just create a back pattern. Oh, what I'm doing is I'm hovering over the, so I've selected the star and just hitting your Alt key, click and drag, and that will duplicate it. That's a very similar shortcut to Adobe Illustrator that I always use. So learn your shortcuts. Optimizes your workflow. Whee! I'll make some bigger and some smaller, so let me just zoom in because it's not allowing me to pick up. What just happened? Ah, there you go. Click and drag, tilt it around, shift drag. Maybe I'll add some planets and stuff in there as well. Let's move that planet in here. Whee! So if you want to be a bit creative, you can add some icons and attach it to each of the points, similar to this, and you can add a little blob background as well. Let me just grab a blob, a simple blob. There you go. I'll show you what that looks like. So let's move that down. I'm going to move it behind this satin here, so I'm going to bring that forward. Click this and change that color to maybe the lilac again. Hey, where did my satin go? Range to front. Ha, that makes sense. So I like it when the icon, for these kind of style, in terms of the illustrations, to make sure that the icon overlaps and is off-centered to the blob itself. I think that looks pretty cool, so let's just make this a bit bigger. Why won't it let me scale? What's happening? Is it locked? Oh, it's locked. That's why. Unlock that. There she goes. Alright, let's move this blob around. Yeah, something like that. Let's add in maybe another planet, I guess. Might as well commit effort. Make that a bit smaller. Let's grab another blob. Maybe this one. Control V. Whoop. Oh, that looks a bit creepy. Just want this. I don't need. I don't know what happened there, but I'm a message designer. My bad. Let's click fill. Lilac. Move this to the front. Okay. Okay, so let's continue and move some of the texts around so they can fit these little icons on here just to align with the theme. I'm going to grab all of this. Yep, the stars can come with me. Let's just move it down a little bit so we can have some space to play around with. I'm just going to move this around, connect that, move this around here. Whoops. And if you want to enlarge your page, just hit the plus on your keyboard, the plus button. Move that out a bit, and then to minimize, just minus. That should be enough space. Let's move that across. Move that out a bit. Okay, let's grab some illustrations. Or maybe let's grab this little satellite here. No! I want to grab all of it. Control V. This is the annoying thing. It's blocked. Where is it? Where are you? No. Okay, so I got it here. Control C. I'm gonna Control V. Motivation. Whoop, maybe it was too far out. Cool. Let's move that across and up. Okay, like so. Maybe we can duplicate that over there. Move that shape around so it's not the same as that one down in Develops IQ. So just so it's a bit different. Whoop. Cute. Alright, let's get another image. Maybe we can get this little telescope. Let's copy this telescope. Control C, Control V. Maybe that could go in inspiration. Yep. Let's copy this blob over here, make that a bit smaller, switch it around so it's different. Cool. Let's see what other ones we can get. Minus. Gonna paste this here. Oh, nope, that doesn't align. Control B. It's not letting me scale because it's blocked. Let's do this. So now we have this nice little feedback thing. Let's grab ourselves a blob. I'm going to maybe choose this little blob. Control C, Control V. Woo. Let's reduce that size, move that down here, change the color to the purple. I'm gonna move this to the front, send to front, and that's it. Let's offset this a bit. Yeah. No. Looks a bit weird, but that's okay. Alright, acceptance. Let's find our final little icon. We are going to, let's see, what else can we use? I'm just out of ideas now, because all these icons are very specific. Maybe we can, acceptance. What relates to acceptance? Let's see what's in our space related theme, because that's what we've used so far. let's just do another planet. Let's do that. So I've been having trouble for the past few days in unlocking these layers. Look what I've just discovered. Ready? Click and drag. I've been sitting here doing this manually. I've been doing this. That's why I've been pausing my recordings. I'm such a numpty. I'm just gonna click and drag. When you self-learn tools, you just have to learn and figure things out on your own. Or Google's your best friend, but in this case, I'm just winging it. I can't believe you just click and drag downwards and it just unlocks. I've been sitting here clicking this. I've been doing this. I'm just gonna take a moment because it's too funny. Oh, Amanda. Alright, click and drag downwards. This is ridiculously more easier than me clicking it individually. That's so funny. Alright. Okay, now we paste our last image in. And I'm just going to use this blob here. Make that a bit wider. I'm just going to drag it out like so. Nice. Okay. What's missing on our infographic? I'm just going to move some stars around. So just added some texture. I'll actually just keep it black. Yep. And that looks good to me, I think. Alright, I'm just going to export it. You can double click here and just rename it. Growth Mindset Infographic. Whoa, spelling, Amanda. Okay, and export is... Here is our nice little infographic. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed that, learning Figma with Amanda. I'm still so brand new to this. It's only been a few weeks. So if anyone has any tips, tricks, and hacks, do share it with me. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Bye.